Okay. Hi, dear friends. This is Vasima Isra. I hope you are doing great. I am a therapist and a creator and an editor and many other things, like every one of us in these amazing times. And I'm so happy to come today because I couldn't connect for the last 2 weeks, and because I caught the sea, and you know what's the rest. I don't want to give the names. That this video stays for later. So I wanted to make this video because one of the friends on Facebook was asking me about the change of perception, the latest video I have put, because I was saying I got this, the, you know what, and that helped me to change my perceptions. So I'm making this video for you and for anyone who wants to know about this. And I'm going to share with you the things that have shifted for me during that period, apart from my voice, and also what helped me. Of course, this video is not intended as a medical advice. It's just like a sharing experience. You have to rely on your physician or professional health or health professional people that can help you. So please forgive me for any misconception you might see or might hear from me. Anything that I will say is really my opinion, my own opinion, my own experience, and I hope that will be of some value for you. So for this video, I have prepared like a paper to summarize things and to stay focused at the same time. So I'm going to share with you 5 to 6 things that have shifted for me during that period, and also what had helped me probably by the end of the video. So I'll start right away. First, the any disease, I consider any disease as a gift. It's sometimes hard to say, but from my own perspective, any situation that happens in life is just a gift. It's a sign, big sign of change. It's an event of purification. It can be so many things that are a gift. And I was watching recently a documentary about Cousteau, Cousteau, the Captain Cousteau, who was traveling around the oceans and discovering the depth of the oceans and all these beings, how they are living there. And he shared this passion. But he couldn't do all this if he didn't had an accident before. An accident that changed his career from being a captain on a plane to being a captain on the sea. So there are some experiences that happen to us that change our lives. And one of my own experiences was the Lyme disease that has completely changed my life. So I consider anything that happens as a gift. And this C thing, you know what, was a gift for me because it allowed me to stop working. It allowed me to go from the outer world to the inner world a little bit deeper. And it allowed me to face things that I was not ready or I was just avoiding. It could be some emotions, some thoughts, some things that were just hidden and waiting for the right time to be addressed. And that was the right time, because if I had a choice, I wouldn't face them. I would just keep myself busy and focusing on things that I enjoy instead of focusing on things that were waiting to be dealt with and liberated and living a kind of detox, an emotional detox at the same time. There is something also like with this, as a gift, seeing it as a gift. I have realized how much we can be drugged, or I can talk about myself. I can be drugged from positivity to negativity and from seeing what is missing or what does not work. So for example, regarding this situation, we are reminded every day of how many cases, how many deaths, and so on. But we don't talk about how many people survived, how many people get out of this situation and succeeded to get out of it and learned something. I want to know. I want to hear these people who got this situation, and what did they learn? What did they get from this? How this has transformed their lives. I want to hear them, and I don't know where to find them. So I'm making this video hoping that maybe you or someone you know has something to share, have something to share about this, if you have lived the same thing. So the second point is about where to put my energy. So the first days, so the situation I got was for 2 weeks now. The first week was the hardest. The second week was just like recovering. And I'm still recovering. The first week though, as I had not that much energy, I didn't spend energy on something. I didn't do anything. I couldn't even like read because I was really tired. All I wanted to do was just sleeping. And so I really didn't do much. I couldn't do anything. I was really on low energy. And so, you know, the second week when I started to feel better, I restarted seeing my energy go into the same flows as it was before. And I started feeling anger. I started feeling some anxiety regarding the situation. I was getting better, but I was still having that fear and anxiety and anger regarding all this situation. So as if like, as soon as I had energy, it has to go this way. And I'm like, I stopped because I'm really happy about my practice of meditation and contemplation because it helps me to witness what's going on. And I saw that and I'm like, what's going on? Where is this energy going on? Like, and the thing is that because of the week I spent before just contemplating without doing anything, as if I gain patience instead of contemplating and saying, okay, it's done. And then we don't go deep. We don't really go deep. The second week, I spent a little bit more time witnessing the situation and seeing, okay, these are like very old ways of doing, very old ways of me thinking. And as if I got used to spend my energy this way. So then I was like, no, I have really to change this. I don't want to do the same thing again. So I really witnessed how it is easy for us to lose our energy during the day. How much the emotions that are hidden that we didn't deal with can carry us to certain patterns, certain addictions of thinking. Addiction is not only about drugs or drinks, it's really about how we repeat the same thing again and again, and it brings some satisfaction from doing it. So observing this was really, really interesting, and I hope I can rewire my brain to fix some thought patterns. The third thing, I talked briefly about refocusing from the outside to the inside. And one of the things I really enjoyed is doing healing sessions for myself. As a therapist, we have so much to offer. I write books, I offer classes. I need to finish this video soon because we are offering the third session of psychic protection. And I have a lot of things to offer. And I'm sure every one of us has a lot of things to offer. But sometimes it's really good to come back within and to offer to ourselves what we offer to the world, whether that is love, care, patience, loving hugs. So it reminded me really, I mean, these 2 weeks reminded me of getting back to myself and allowing myself to receive what I give, and to really like feel it in all my body. And it was so nice, as if I am worthy of giving myself care. I allow myself to receive care, and also getting help regarding that. I mean, asking for help is something that we should do when we can't deal with the situation by ourselves. And that's definitely something. I mean, I didn't learn it. I ask for help when I need, but that's, I mean, I would put it as like an extra thing to do. But the other thing about this, like getting the inside to the inside, is also to be able to receive. It's really about that, is to allow ourselves to receive care from ourselves and from others. The fourth point to share with you about why I lived these 2 weeks is that I watched hours and hours of Netflix. I watched so many videos of Tom Cruise, like Impossible Mission and many other movies. I watched old movies of Tom Hanks. I attempted to watch a Mexican series that was really long. I dropped it. Another series, Indian series, that I dropped it too. Another Korean series that I dropped. Anyway, I was not finding it satisfying to watch all these movies and series, because I felt they were, and this is really something interesting, and I would put a nice YouTube video I heard, and I benefited from it a lot, which was about brainwashing. And this is what I felt from the series and the movies. The old ones, I can watch them, but the new ones, I felt like brainwashing going on, and I really didn't like it. Okay, so what I believe is that nobody is neutral. We are inhabited by values, by traumas, by emotions, by thoughts that makes us not neutral as a human being. So even those who make movies, who make series, they cannot be neutral. They have values to share. They have messages to share. They have goals when they create something. And I don't find, to be honest, in the recent production of movies, maybe it's because of Netflix, I don't know, but I don't share these values. They are not the reality I live in. They are not the reality I want to create. So I was asking myself, where can I find a content that speaks to me with my values? And that's really getting more and more rare. It's getting really reduced. But if you know about that, I mean, I found so many good content on YouTube that is very helpful. But yeah, on these platforms, I am not finding it. What about you? I mean, for me, how I can know that a movie was good for me is to see my state before and after the movie or after the series, and ask myself, what values did I get from this? What is this movie is telling me about the reality? What is it telling me about human nature? What am I getting out of this? And this makes me realize if what I saw was good or it's really rubbish. And I made a challenge about being addicted to movies and series on my book for mystics, if you want to check that out. And that really helps to identify your relationship to movies. Anyway, I don't want to spend much time about this point, but one of the last points I get out from these 2 weeks is that how much social media makes us far from each other's. So I had appointments, I had meetings, and I had to send emails saying, I'm feeling so bad. I really cannot be there. I cannot work. Maybe let's take another appointment when I'm getting better. I will contact you soon. However, there were some people that were pushing a bit, and that's okay. That's okay. But what I notice is that because we don't meet physically, because we don't see each other's, we tend to have less and less empathy towards each other's. I had to explain and to detail and getting into detail, saying, I have my muscles very weak. I cannot stand. I cannot get out of my bed. I have a terrible headache, which doesn't allow me to see the screen. I cannot hear very well. I cannot smell. I cannot have a taste for things. I really had to get into details in order for people to understand what I was living, because they don't see me. And that made me really wonder about social distancing and how it is impacting our capacity of being empathic. And one last point before I share with you what helped me is that at the time I was sick, the last week, I started reading The Truth About Contagion, which is an amazing book. And there is a contact, like the authors talk about a link between radio frequencies and phone frequencies and the appearance of some diseases like influenza and so on. And that is really changing my perception about some viruses and the spread of viruses. So check it out. It's really, I don't have much time to talk about it, maybe another video, but it's a very good book that is changing my perception about these topics. Now, things that helped me, birds and trees, seeing them every morning, reminding me that life still continues and goes on, and there are some beautiful things still to see. Sitting in the sun hours and hours, tons and tons of pomegranate and oranges, sleeping hours and hours, because this is what I really needed. Some spirit plants, like Reishi, that the Reishi spirit came to see me, the Echinacea, which is an endangered species, and many other spirits of plants that I take physically, and also I connect with their spirits. Tarot, which is Wisdom Tarot, my feminine and masculine pack, and West of the Moon Oracle. These three helped me so much. The presence of family and friends, not only physically, but asking me every day how I'm doing, how are things, how am I doing, like just being in contact with people that were willing to help and willing to carry me while I was really just not feeling good, was just amazing. So briefly, this is what I got out of my situation. And let me know if you would have lived something similar and what helps you to survive. So I hope to see you soon for another video. Please check out the video clip I just launched about change of perception, hoping that will help you to enter some liminal spaces and find them in your area. Have a nice day.